Hello cousins, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Big Mama Cooks and I have an Instagram page where I post recipes all the time at Big Mama Cooks. Today's recipe is black beans guisado de lata. This recipe finalizes my beans week where I made habichuelas rojas, guandules, and today black beans. Let's get right to it. All of the ingredients are going to be listed in the bottom bar. On medium-high heat, I'm going to add a little cooking oil to a pot. That was about less than a tablespoon. Then I'm going to follow up with homemade sofrito, 1 tablespoon, and 1 chicken bouillon cube. I always let you guys know that I use the Maggi chicken bouillon cubes with the black chicken. It's the Dominican flavored chicken bouillon cubes. Gonna mix that really well, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add in half of a red onion and a couple of pieces of celery and ají cubanelo or Italian green pepper. I'm also going to add in a few pieces of recao or culantro or cilantro ancho, however you like to call it, and 1 can of drained black beans. I always feel that the black beans are saltier than all the beans, so I always drain it and run it through water. So I add this together and I'm going to mix everything together and add 1 yellow seasoning packet. I use the Accent brand condiment seasoning packets. Why? Because they give great flavor, they're not so salty, and they also give great color. Not so yellow, not so orange, always perfect. So I'm gonna add my yellow seasoning packet to the beans and I'm gonna mix everything together. Then I'm gonna follow up with, this is what I always do. I use my bean can as a measuring tool with the water. So I'm gonna add in a little bit over half of the can with water. See, I left some inside. In the last 2 videos, I didn't show this, but I wanted to make sure that I captured it this time so you see what I was talking about. So I add in my water and I'm gonna mix everything together and then add in 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire. I don't know how to say that. In Spanish, it's salsa inglesa. So I added 1 tablespoon of salsa inglesa and then I'm gonna raise the flame and cover my beans for 10 minutes. At the end of those 10 minutes, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna move and mix my beans around. It looks like a watery mess, but trust me, it smells delicious. This is when we start building flavor and beginning to thicken it up. I'm gonna add in 1 piece of Auyama. Auyama is also calabaza, pumpkin, or West Indian pumpkin, straight from the freezer. And I'm gonna add in the remainder of the water that was left in the can and mix it really well together. Then I'm gonna lower the flame to medium-low and cover my beans for 5 minutes. At the end of those 5 minutes, gonna come back, move my beans around 1 more time, and I'm gonna start pulling items from the beans. I always cut my vegetables up large so it's easy to pull out all the veggies from the beans. Once my big veggies have been pulled from the beans, I come back and add a handful of cilantro and lower the heat to low. Before it was on medium-low heat, now it's officially on low heat. I'm gonna cover my beans for another 10 minutes and then we finalize the black bean making process. When I come back and I open my beans, it is perfect. The flavor is perfect. It's perfectly not too thick, not too runny, perfect black beans. Go ahead and taste it. Go ahead and try this recipe. You're really gonna wow your family. They're never gonna know this is from the can. Perfect black beans from the can. See you next time, cousins.